Hi everybody, it's Maxie May again. So this week we're the second video. I made it. I have survived halfway through my week and I'm still ready to collapse and fall over, but I'm here. Sort of. So this week we're going to be talking about Trials of Osiris. For those who don't know what it is, Trials is a 3v3 deathmatch. It's on a set map every weekend. The map gets announced Friday the morning that it drops at 10 a.m. And the goal is to get 9 wins and 0 losses to go flawless to get to the Lighthouse. When you get to the Lighthouse, you get different loot, and you get what's called an adept version, which, to be truthful, I'm not entirely sure what it means, because I've never been flawless. And so the whole point of this video is to talk to you guys about a non-flawless perspective of Trials. There's a lot of people, and a lot of content creators especially, that have brought a lot of attention to going flawless and Trials of Osiris, I think, in general. And it's kind of cool because you get all these different perspectives and opinions, and oh, well, they got this gun and it's really good, or they got this and they got that, and they got different cloaks and armor, and it's kind of weird because, to be completely honest, I'm sorry, I'm not picking my nose, my septum itch is super bad. To be completely honest, there was a point where it just stuck with me one day. I was like, I'm never gonna go flawless. I'm never gonna get to the Lighthouse, so I just I don't care. And it really kind of put me down because I really enjoy Trials. It's very much a not, I guess close combat is a good word, but it's also it's just your team. It's you and 2 other people. You have to work well with each other, otherwise it's really not going to work out. And so every weekend when these veterans are going flawless, upwards of 4 to 5 times, if not more, which I'm sure it's happened, per weekend, and Trials runs for 4 days. It runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then it goes away on reset on Tuesday. And for people who have gone flawless every weekend at least once since year 1, since Trials dropped, there's still a lot of people who have yet to go to the Lighthouse, and I'm one of those people. I'm one of those guardians, and I would love to get there because I'm a grimoire whore and I want that grimoire card. But it's just, it seems really silly, but it's also this it's kind of this eye-opening experience. It's oh my god, I made it. I can breathe. I don't have to worry about anything. It's I've gotten a couple pictures from my friends who, I had a friend, my friend High Voltage was grinding so hard on the last weekends of Trials before Rise of Iron dropped, and because it went away for a month, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, he was grinding so hard to get to the Lighthouse, and I felt bad for him because he's a really good player. He's one of the best players that I know, but he just he couldn't make it. And so it was really difficult to watch one of my best friends just get down and get pissed. And it sounds so stupid, but it's this is something that means a lot to everybody who does it or who wants to get to the Lighthouse. It's huge. It's a really big deal. But he finally got there, and he sent me, because when you fly in, I've watched streamers go flawless, so I spoiled it for myself already, but that's okay. When you go flawless and you achieve the ultimate victory, when you go to the Lighthouse and Mars is unlocked, or Mercury is unlocked, you fly in to the Lighthouse. And he sent me the screenshot of it happening, and my heart just sank, but it was so happy which sounds so ridiculous. But like this is a really big deal for a lot of people, and it's kind of cool to have that kind of event happening every weekend. So it's not like once a month like Iron Banner, or once a year like Sparrow Racing or Festival of Lost, Crimson Days, etc. But for those who still can't, or haven't, not can't, who haven't gone to the Lighthouse, it's a bit of a different story. So some background with my guardian and myself. I'm the guardian that used to fear the Crucible. I did not grow up on combat skill style games. I grew up on stuff like Crash and Mario, and like I grew up on really old school kind of shit. And I remember, and I have friends that'll tell you this, that I was so anti-PvP. I despised it. I raged. I didn't know how to control anything. I didn't understand how like the system worked, how the game worked. I didn't understand anything. And then one weekend, after about 3 weeks of playing Crucible almost every day, one weekend I had a friend who finally explained to me what Trials was, and he was like, "Do you want to try?" Sure, I guess. And so the first few runs were really rocky, and it was really difficult because my big thing was I never really worked in like close combat, or like a set of 3 versus 6, and so it was kind of difficult to get used to, and there was still a lot of raging, and I will proudly admit that. Not proudly, but I'll admit that. The first rocky runs, first few runs were really rocky. It was really hard for me to get a hold of everything, and like figure everything out, but then there were weekends that I played and I got my 2 favorite maps, which is the Burning Shrine on Mercury and Bannerfall, which is like the other side of the tower. I love Burning Shrine. It is hands down my favorite map in the game. The aesthetic of it is gorgeous, but the thing with Burning Shrine is it's a really small map. I consider it a really small map, rather. It is very much designed for 3v3. It is not a 6v6 map. I would not recommend it for 6v6. It's not like close quarters, but it's small, and it seems really crowded with 12 people in one map. So that's my hands down favorite map for 3v3. And then Bannerfall is a bigger map, and it's comfortable for 12 people. But those were the 2 maps that I feel the most comfortable on, and I still am to this day. Like, Burning Shrine was just the map this weekend, and I, yet again, on Burning Shrine, got my second almost flawless. I run with I try to run with my friend Shopkeep and Dark Knight, and they have both helped me great amounts. I'm basically forever grateful for their friendship and for all the advice that they've given me, and just everything that they've helped me with. I'm really grateful for it, and they're the reason that I feel I'm getting better. There's still a really strong desire to go flawless and to achieve that ultimate victory. I apologize, I'm saying a lot, but I don't think it'll ever leave, and I kind of don't want it to ever leave. I want to feel that passion and that like the burn to basically light my ass on fire and kick my own ass, to be able to do something like that and achieve the ultimate victory, and just to be able to get to the lighthouse and just go like, that's what I want, but I also don't want to lose that. But it's a rough subject. The other part of trials is there are people who do carries. Oh, excuse me. There are people who do carries, and I apologize for my squeaking chair. And carries are usually, it's still a 3-man team. There's one person who is not confident in their skills, or just would prefer to be carried to the lighthouse instead of work with a team, which is fine. Like, I'm not bashing on anybody. If you got carried, you got carried, and that's fine. That's okay. Nobody's telling you it's not okay. But I had been promised to be carried a good 4 to 7 times, and I just got fed up because it never happened. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna do it by myself. And with the friends that I have and the clan mates that I have and my clan leaders, it's possible, and it's getting closer every weekend. It's a very difficult mindset to get into, because you have to be focused and you have to understand what callouts are and where the callouts are. There's a lot that goes into trials, and I want people to like understand this, the non-flawless guardian side of it. It's huge. There's a lot of people. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Actually, I know I'm not the only one. Shopkeep is amazing, and he hasn't gone flawless yet. At least year 3. I don't know if he's gone flawless in year 2, actually, but he forgot his boons, and so Dark and their friend Alex went to the Lighthouse, and Shopkeep just kind of sat there because he forgot his boons. Like, the whole point of this video, that is going to be really long, I want people to understand that it's okay if you don't go to the Lighthouse. It's okay if you get carried. It's okay. There's nobody judging you, and if they are, fuck them. It's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with it. The only piece of advice that I would have for you is just get better as a player. Don't, and I'm not saying like get good, like do it, get good. I'm saying get better in the sense of challenge yourself. Put yourself in 3v3 situations. What I started doing, because I prefer 6v6, is when I'm in a 6v6 match and I'm treating it like trials, I'm not dying as much. I turn it into a 1v3 almost every time, because that happens in trials. Your 2 teammates go down, you're the only one left. The game constantly reminds you by flashing Last Guardian Standing, but, you know, the usual, just, you know, like, if you have things that you want to get better at, or you have guns that you want to use, or, like, the best part about Crucible and PvE, and Patrols especially, like, go through, test different guns, test what you want to use. My current addiction right now is my Mida and a fusion rifle, which is nuts because I hate fusion rifles. Like, I despise them. They're like the scum of the earth to me. But I've been doing really good with it, and so I'm sticking with it, and that's how it's going to be for a while. Pardon me. But, like, I'm also trying to get better at sniping, so I started running No Land Beyond. Like, there's so many combinations that you can do, and, like, I don't want people to give up. Like, please don't give up. Like, work your ass off, or get help, and, like, do it, because you can, and I know you can, because I've gotten so close so many times, and as frustrating as it is, I would not change it for the world. The whole premise of you're not good if you don't go flawless is mind-boggling, because these people who are going flawless have been going flawless a lot, if not every weekend, multiple times. You gotta realize that they've been doing this for a really long time, and you're just starting out. They're here, and you're here. Just slowly build up to there, and then maybe, who knows, you'll surpass them. But that's enough rambling for this video. I'm gonna sign off here for the night. I have to go to work in the morning, and this is gonna take a while to upload. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.